Hi, I'm Jason. Welcome to Regenerative. Hi, it's Jason here. Welcome to Regenerative. Today we're going to be doing the Triple S, which is the Sustainable Sourdough Sandwich.
Nailed it.
We've got Chef Tom here. Also, we've got George here from Wild Farm. So, you want to tell us what you're doing here?
Yeah, so I have a company called Wild Farm, which you know very well because we collaborate together. We make this wonderful bread with Jason's sourdough, and today we're going to make this sustainable sarnie using our Wild Farm Jason's bread.
Fantastic. We're going to be using the chia batter, Wild Farm malted.
Yeah.
Fantastic to collaborate with George Wild Farm. Pure sourdough, no yeast, takes over 24 hours to make. Wild Farm, real interest to myself. So George, just tell us about it, how you got into it and what you stand for in regards to everything.
So we're a regenerative food business. We've got about 60 odd farms now up and down the country, from as high up as Cumbria, as far down as Cornwall, and we farm in a way that produces better quality crops and at the same time restores soil health. And everything on earth is a derivative of soil health. And so if you're spending all this time putting such an amount of effort into the wheat you're producing, then it only makes sense that you kind of marry that up with guys like you who really care about how you process it and how you turn it into bread.
It's an amazing process, and the flavour it delivers into the bread is fantastic. Yeah. Really, really nice. So.
Yeah, well, healthy soil, healthy plants, and then if you've got healthy plants, you get healthy people. That's how it works, It's not complicated.
Quite simple. So, okay, Tom. So, do you want to run through the sandwich? What we're going to be doing?
So today we're going to create a local sustainable sandwich with all the ingredients sourced from around Leicestershire. We've created New York deli, but using celeriac as the pastrami with a really nice spice crust. I'm going to pop that in the oven and roast it off. Got a bit of mustard, and then from Leicestershire, we've also got driver's pickles with some interesting characters on the front here that I think employees of years gone by, been in Leicestershire for over 100 years. Also, they do these amazing deli cornichons, which are really sweet, so they're going to give a pop of sweetness in there, and we're going to finish it with some speck and hoe red Leicester, which we're just going to pop in the oven to melt down over the sandwich and hopefully create a vegetarian New York deli from Leicestershire. So George, how does that sound to you? Is it something that you would eat at home?
Sounds delicious, man. Never had celeriac pastrami, so it's new to me.
It's new to me. I just thought, great locally grown piece of produce. Let's just create that pastrami crust, and then obviously we've got the Wild Farmed bread here. So what are your thoughts on the Wild Farm collaboration with Jason's?
We spend a lot of time really making sure that we're farming what we consider to be properly.
Yeah.
And I suppose the big concern for anybody who's producing an ingredient really is you hand it over to someone else, and then it's their interpretation that ultimately defines how that's received by everybody. And so you want to give it, like you want to send your kids off to the right school. You want to send your flour off to the right bakers. Of course, it's got to be that trust.
So basically, we're crusaders, trying to make a difference to teach people the importance of sustainable food, where it's come from. Instead of just buying any food and just making it, let's just think about it. So I'm a big believer in getting the right bread as the carrier for any sandwich. It's really, really important. And flavour from the Wild Farm flour is fantastic. Where are we with the sandwich?
And we've got the celeriac pastrami all sliced, a little bit of sharp pickle, red cabbage from driver's pickles, sweet cornichons, and then the red Leicester, which we're just going to stick in the oven just to melt over it, and it'll be with you guys in a few minutes.
Sounds nice. Sounds nice.
So Jason, you're a fourth generation baker, right?
Yeah, fourth generation. How
young were you when you got dragged into the bakers?
I'll have to say I was probably 5-6 years of age, because our family house was the bakery.
Really?
Yeah, our old bakery, which is about 5 miles from where we are now. That's where we were. So our bedroom, when the business got bigger, my bedroom was actually one of the directors' offices, which was a bit weird.
Right.
So, so we lived on site. So I used to go to the local primary school, get back home, and pretty much all I wanted to do was bake. So I used to drop my kit off, get changed, put my whites on. Very quickly then, really got enthusiastic with baking bread, and started working there more and more. And that's basically where my love came from. Right. I just think taking a set of ingredients, mixing it, and then touching it in your hands.
And I'm assuming it wasn't sourdough then when you were starting?
No, it wasn't sourdough. So we used to make a lot of bread, and it used to be the sponge and dough method. So, and it's an evolution of process of different bread methods. Sponge and dough method was like a firm dough that you used to leave overnight, so similar to sourdough. You used to leave that to let it ferment, and when we used to add it into the doughs the next day. Then the big change that we used to do is we then moved on to sourdough culture, and we used to start adding that into the bread. And the length of time we took to make our everyday bread, even our standard bread took 10 to 12 hours. Because we had the sourdough culture. That was fermenting for 6, 7, 8 hours, and then we processed it and moved it on. Okay guys, there we have it. The Triple S sandwich, all made from ingredients from Leicestershire.
Yeah, all local. Dive in.
One thing to do. There's 3 of us though, only 2 pieces, so. George, you help yourself.
Yeah, okay, thank you very much.
You're the special guest. Me and Tom will share.
We'll
Here
share.
we go. That's delicious, Tom, man. It's really nice. Really nice, lovely crunch. It genuinely tastes like a New York sandwich, you know, that New York deli coming through.
Sandwich, yeah.
What is that? The malt is what's
Yeah.
doing that, or is it those little? What are those little seeds?
Well, it's the malt, and then there's like kibble malt and kibble barley in there. So I think it's a combination of the 3.
It's quite interesting because you get all the flavours of the sandwich, but the lasting flavour
Is the bread at the end.
bread, isn't it? Yeah, the malt comes through at the end.
Delicious.
Bread's the
Nailed it,
hero.
boys. Well done.